Hello, I'd just like to remind you to subscribe if you haven't already, and join the guild if you haven't already. Back to the video. Hello people and welcome back to a news review. For this week's news review, there will be 2 new Era of Novelty jackpots, some skill adjustments for previous black cards, and a handful of free cards. Let's jump right into it. First off, the main jackpot, Yulia, Earth Dragon. Her team comp will be Human, Elf, and Dragon, but with a primary focus on Dragon, as the Dragon HP will get buffed, and you can basically think of it as if you borrow from the Earth and Elf, the Human and Elf pool, then you get an additional attack boost but no HP boost, so you just try and stick to Dragons. Additional attack multipliers come from dissolving character runestones or race runestones. Effective Earth increases by 200%, so she still relies on Earth quite a bit. And skill CDs -3 after entering a stage. This will be -6 on both sides. Next up, the team skill, you get 3 extra seconds, bumping it up to 8, which is pretty much the standard nowadays. Ignore burning. By dissolving Earth runestones, you get extra ×6 attack boost, and by dissolving all Earth runestones, you get a combo boost, and then a skill CD reduction as well. For each runestone dissolve, recover 3000 HP until your HP is full, so no overhealing. And then for every group of runestone dissolved in the first batch, at the end of the round, turn 1 runestone into an Earth Dragon runestone when they're non-Earth attributive runestones in a number of more than 3 ranked first in priority. So it's kind of like smart conversion. It'll convert the type of runestone you have the most, that is not Earth runestone and not Heart runestone, into Earth. But however, this can still destroy your board, because if you get unlucky, basically, right? Because you don't know what it actually order it goes by, so has a chance of destroying your board. Intellect will synchronize with basically Intellect will become Earth, and upon the first skill activation of Yulia or Intellect each round, does that mean that if you activate Yulia and Intellect, both of them, this effect will proc twice? I mean, interesting. Not that I'm planning on pulling for Yulia, because I don't have Intellect. Honestly, the reason why I put her here is because, actually, I'll save that for later. But I'm just gonna say that if you don't have Intellect, probably don't even think of pulling for Yulia. You also get a 1.5 times attack boost in addition to the 50 mil direct damage. Next up is her active, CD7, Explode, Electrified, Frozen, and then turn everything into Enchanted Dragon runestones for 2 rounds, team attack ×2. Yulia and Intellect launch 3 extra attacks, and their damage ignore Fixed Combo, Puzzle, Shield, and Defense. Yulia is the first dragon card that ignores Puzzle, Shield, but it's pretty lackluster because it's only herself, and she gives herself a ×6 attack boost. It isn't that much. Intellect doesn't count, because if you want to run this in a full dragon team, it's not going to work out. So why I rank this in just above 50 diamonds is because this is a very conditional leader. You need to dissolve a lot of Earth, and basically you need to dissolve Earth and all of it in the first batch to make it work, right? Your Earth runestones first off count for twice as much as they usually do. Then if you dissolve them, you get team attack ×6. Then if you dissolve all of them, you get combo count +6, and then a CD reduction as well. I think if you don't have a combo count inbuilt, it's gonna be pretty hard to get places, and also you only ignore burning, not stickied, and then you also destroy your own board, so that's a lot of points reduced from it. I think she probably works as a dragon leader. It'll work for a while for sure, but I think if you don't have Intellect, don't really, I don't think it's worth pulling for this card. Next up is Utu, a fire god as a leader, nothing special really. For her active CD7, release lock skills of gods, turn fire into enchanted fire god. For 1 round, fire runners and gods launch extra light and dark attacks, and then ignore initial shield and equal combo shield. So God cards that unlock like are right here. 3 of these don't count. There's Brent Hiller, which is really easy to get in the LR pass. Enkidu, of course. Who is this again? Shinji, the dark one. Manesis, of course, the copy of Shinji, and now, Utu. So all in all, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, she's the 5th one, and like by the strictest sense of the word, the first like global like fire god unlocker. Although I'm not even sure like whether to filter it by fire or god at this point, because she unlocks the lock skills of gods, but she also boosts fire. So I just ranked her here because she I just put her in this category. I filtered for this category because she unlocks god active skills. Of note here as well is that equal combo shield is not the same thing as fixed combo shield. Equal combo shield is the same thing that Gintoki can ignore, and there's only a handful of cards that can do that like in the game. So I'm not putting I'm not putting that on the slides, but it's like Gintoki, Lilith, and Punlai, I believe, from the Monster Strike collab. Moving on to the what are we moving on to? Oh, we're moving on to the ultimate stage. New ultimate stage, mugging the whole universe. Interesting title. Giles, a fire god, CD6. For 1 round, the character is attack ×4, ignore burning, sticky, and black holes, and convert the first 8 instance touch hole moving into enchanted fire. Absolute fail. You're like pretty bad card, because as a leader, if you don't already ignore burning, sticky, you're basically like not okay as a leader. Hence the Yulia rating, right? So get 1. That's what I put him in. And then before the rest of the free cards, you get actually a bit of a buff to Baal and Mesopotamia. So Baal got like a tweak to his leader skill, basically gives him more attack, like in the attack multiplier department. And then for his active, he just gets even more attack. I mean, this will probably make him like a little bit more relevant. Haven't seen him used in like a while. And once again, I mean, that's probably just because to get his full power, you need the 600 diamond, 3 black gold combo, which nobody really has because nobody liked it when they did that. For Mesopotamia though, her active skill got a tweak, which makes it so that she does extra damage. Basically, her base is now launch extra attacks light and dark. That is no longer locked under a condition. When 3 or more combos are made, the character attack ×4, and then you ignore trio and quintet. And then when 5 or more are made, then you launch 2 extra attacks of water and fire respectively, as much as half of his attack. So basically just like a global like damage buff, easier to activate. And then when you deactivate the skill, you remove all runestones as opposed to exploding them. This will be very nice for Hideyoshi, basically, because nobody like uses Mesopotamia as a leader. I'm sorry, even though they buffed her like team skill by a little bit. All right, moving on to the next free card, Summer. We have a lot of Summer in this game, over the years. Water Human CD6. Turn the board into all runestones of all types of fixed numbers. Is this useful? Not really. For this, basically, you don't need to care because Berkeley and Charmy are not good cards. You will not want to bring 2 bad cards to make like a subpar card good. That's not a good use of space in your team, so get 1. Next up is the Battle Pass card, C, Light Elf, active CD6, turn the column below the character into Enchanted Heart Elf runestones. The more elves, light, or Yancy members present in the team, the more combo count increases to the max combo count +8, and then the more rounds the skill stays in play to the max for 4 rounds. I rank this at get 1. This is probably the weakest Battle Pass card they have, done. Simply because, combo count +8, sure, it's it's not an insignificant amount, And I guess you can have it for, like, it's just not special, right? I don't know. It's what they've basically been framing Battle Pass cards as. Like, the past Battle Pass cards have at least had some, like, niche use. You know, I haven't used them myself, but theoretically they have some niche use. This is just straight up, you know, add combos. I'm not sure, like, how valuable that is, because, you know, I'm not sure how valuable that is, because basically, like, all, you know, good teams nowadays should, like, have some way of increasing their own combos anyway. And last but not least, Gina Water Demon, CD6, explode weather runestones to journey enchanted demon runestones for 3 rounds. The character and the leader attack times 3. You, the character and leader, also ignore quartet and quintet elemental shield, which is why I have this right here. There are actually only 2 demon cards that ignore quintet elemental shield, and I didn't realize this until I actually looked it up. The first is Lapis, of course, one of the 3 600 diamond combo, although, you know, he can't be blamed. He came up before Baal, which is why, like, you know, people actually just hate Baal. Yeah, this is the second ever demon card that can ignore quintet shield. First water demon card, which is relevant nowadays because of the Origin of Demons SR. Moving on to the celebration events, the only notable thing here probably is the returning ultimate stage. Scratch, I don't even know how to pronounce this really. This used to be like a good Earth Elf card until Dodgy arrived. Basically, it's become like irrelevant, kind of. Like, she still has a good attack boost, but ignoring Sticky and like having an Elf Runestone Trail, all of that, like both of those, Dodgy can already do. She's also Earth Elf, which like overlaps with Dodgy's attribute and race, so kind of unfortunate. Still get one though. I think it's like worth it. TOS Fest Part 2, you basically get a lot of stuff for logging in. Once again, you get a special black card draw. Hopefully people get something good. And I think that's actually about it. Yep. If you like this, please leave a like. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. And if you like this in general, please subscribe. I recently hit 150 subscribers, so thank you. We are rushing for, I mean, at this point, probably like 200. Sure. 200 is the next goal. I would really appreciate it if you could help me get there. That's it for this week's news review, and I'll see you next week. See ya.